Hi guys, my name's Michelle Kiskis from BSN Social Studies 1, and for today's video, we're going to talk about dealing with learners with exceptionalities. The term learners with exceptionalities refers to individual whose physical, behavioral, or cognitive performance is different from a norm that additional services are required to meet the individual's need. People's First Language, or PFL, it emphasized the individuality, equality, and dignity of people with disabilities. PFL puts the person before the disability and describes what a person has, not a person is. It has no genetic labels. It emphasizes abilities, not limitations. No euphemism, no implications of illness or suffering. The first or the people's first language and the language we must avoid to say. First example is person with disability, and the language that we must avoid is the disabled or handicapped. And the second example is person with an intellectual cognitive developmental disability, and the language we must avoid or we must say is retarded, slow, moronic, defective, or afflicted. The third example is person with an emotional or behavioral disability, person with mental health and psychiatric disability, and the language we must avoid to say is insane, crazy, or psycho. It is important to know the person is before saying an appropriate words to describe a person. Brief and simple instructions to help the students process simple instruction and easy for them to cope up and understand. Letter C. Clear definition of course requirement, the date of exam, and the deadline of assignments. For learners with exceptionalities, they have different understanding. It is important to have a clear definition, the date of exam, and even the assignment should be clearly explained for them to better understand. Hands-out and visual aids and study guides. Remember that each student learns differently, and some needs visuals while other needs to get there physically to feel through learning. Allow your student to know a lot of opportunities to explain the subject in different ways. Several examples and demonstrations. If students struggle to stay focused or take in lots of information at once, try to break things down into smaller tasks that feel more manageable and allow them to feel like they're accomplishing simple tasks throughout the day. Try to make an image as an example to make the student understand more and be patient. Consultation time. Make yourself available. After all the lesson you've been discussing with a student, it is important to know the outcome of your discussion, where the learners is good at or where the learners they struggle to learn. Make sure your student know when and where they can find you to discuss if the problem arising. G. Asking and providing assistance. As a educator, it is our job to serve to our learners where she or he good at or where are they struggle to learn. It is part of our job to ask and provide assistance to learners where our affection and attention is what they need to continue to learn, or they will be able to understand what is specific discussion we discussed too. Encouragement. Learners with exceptionalities should be given small rewards every time they give um, appreciate response. Some encouragement words are enough to a child to serve as a motivation and should be based on a child's personal interests and preferences. Some encouragement may help them to develop their social, language, and behavioral skills. And lastly, patience, 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 and a big patience. When a child has special needs, patience is a must, since learners with exceptionalities takes longer to perform simple tasks. Understanding and patience is a must. Don't feel pressure to be perfect. Be patient with yourself and of course to the student. Here are the tips of working with learners with exceptionalities. Students or even teachers may view the extra attention for special needs students that receive as unfair. It is quite likely that you will have a diversity of students in your classroom representing a variety of talents and abilities. Be aware that special needs students may not want to be singled out for any special treatment. Ensure that your attitude and responses to special needs students are identical to those to other students. Consider learning over a long period of time. It is quite easy to fall into a trap of focusing on the weaknesses of special needs students. Help students that grading, evaluation, and assessment is based on identifiable objectives in accordance with individuals' potential. Provide significant opportunities for students of all abilities to learn from each other. Do not make inappropriate assumptions based on students' exceptionalities. The term learners with exceptionalities refers to individuals whose physical behavior, cognitive performance is so different from the norm that additional services are required to meet the individual's needs. Disability and handicap are not interchangeable terms. Disability refers to a functional limitation a person has that interfere with a person's physical or cognitive performance, like ADHD, whereas handicap refers to a limitation imposed upon a person with disability by society, such as lack of access for people in wheelchairs. These are the sample of compare and contrast of disability and handicap. The difference between disability and handicap is when we say disability, it means that a person has functional limitation due to his or her impairment, while handicap refers to a person that experiences a disadvantage in filling a normal role in life compared to his or her peers due to functional limitation caused by the impairment. Their similarities is that both handicap and disability are preventing the person to do what normal person does due to his or her impairment. And that's all our vlog for today. Again, I am Anne-Michelle Kiss from BSED Social Studies 1 and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more information. Thank you for watching. Bye!